video. That was a really good success for us. Like it went really well. We saw a lot of traffic come in from that. We're still seeing people come in from it. So um, marketing is something we want to do more of. So keep your eyes open. We're gonna do some more things. Have you guys been enjoying the emails that've been coming out? Do you guys find those helpful? Yeah, check your spam folder. Make sure you check the box so you can get emails from us. You know, we're trying to keep you guys updated at least once a month, sometimes more than once a month. Hopefully, we're not spamming you too much, but that's one of the things we're trying to do. We're trying to get more of an online presence. Facebook. We're gonna have an Instagram soon. It's already created, but you know we're gonna find new ways to reach out to you guys. We have Twitter. Try to get back on Reddit. So that's one of my personal projects. I'm trying to grow the game, try to get more people involved, and get more of you guys knowing what's going on. So I know that's one thing we don't really have really good over the last couple of years. Communication is one of my goals to try to improve for us. So that's my main goal for myself. That's something I said I'd always do if I was in a position that I could do it. So I'm in that position, so I can do it. So that's that announcement. Go right in some game announcements here. Ream or Rhyme, however you want to pronounce it. There you go. There you go. So Ream, with the defense, the add-on that we created, we are going to be moving that to do the same way to enter that, like you can get into the main castle. So you're going to be able to go in there free if you're premium once a day. And so that's something people can go back and enjoy. Yes. Well, I think we're going to do it where you can choose which one you want to do, but we haven't really worked out if we're going to do like one for each or if we're going to do one and then you got to, pick which one you want to do. But we're going to be opening that up to premium, so that's another premium benefit we hope you guys can enjoy. And then another big announcement is weighting and padding. Right now, that takes up a spot on your items, and it takes the same spot as flares or TD or any sort of old combat scripts might take that spot too. We're moving weighting and padding to its own spot, so that's going to open. So yeah, you're going to be able to have, a Claymore that maybe can flare or it can do something crazy. What's that? Yep, Blessable. Blessable is going to be a choice. So that's going to open, it's going to open the door for some new customizations. Exactly. No, not by Wizards. Unless you got, a hold of that bug and then somebody bought, 4X Claymore and, then there's that. Yes, this has been a long goal. This has been a long project. It's been being worked on for a long time. Weighting and padding is going to have a new scale. Don't worry, your items that you currently have are going to scale to where they should scale. But going forward, we're going to be able to offer weighting, padding, sighting, stuff like that more. So you can see more services being offered. So it's not so deadlocked behind the paywall. So that's something we're gonna bring to you guys very soon. It's coming, hopefully August, but might be September. But yeah, it's pretty close. Real soon now. So temporary weighting padding that will follow in that same area. So it'll be something you'll see more of. Yeah, we don't see too many people going for the temporary stuff just because it's temporary. Everyone wants permanent. It could last for 5 years, but people are like, nah, I'll wait for that permanent stuff. So yeah, so that's a big itemization announcement that we have, and then I know a lot of people want to hear about Dusk Ruin. I told some people that we're going to have 3 versus 3 matches. That's going to be 3 players versus 3 creatures. So you can bring in teams, choose wisely. Yeah, the rewards will be individual though. We're thinking about making some rewards that are group based as well, but you know you can bring it in. It's going to be more difficult too. So you know some people who just kind of face roll through Dusk Ruin, you know, you can go in for more challenges, or you can you know just keep running it over and over and over as a sorcerer and win a lot of blood script. So that's one thing we're doing Dusk Ruin. We're going to have a new high-end item at Dusk Ruin. Like last time we had the sensor that came from the auction. This year this run we're gonna do the relic that came from the auction. So the Corsine relic. So that's gonna be something available at Dusk Ruin this time. We're gonna have some extra new items. I'm working on a couple new scripts. Still got to get some of those done, but you know I came here instead. So yeah, we have that, you know, new items, new scripts, new stuff to do. Hopefully that'll be exciting for everybody. GM Retzer's helping me with the coding of the team matches, so it'll be fun because he likes to party. So. That's been very dependent on this new weighting padding update. So it's kind of, I can't give you the cost right now just because we're doing some final testing on that weighting padding. It's final QC right now. Hopefully it'll be pushed out and we can get the new stuff for like the old cost that we did with the certificates. No, it's actually going to probably be a little cheaper because it's going to scale to your item more than it's going to. Right now, like you bought a certificate and it didn't matter if your item was 1x or 10x. You know, you're paying whatever you're paying for it, whatever the price of the certificate was. Where this service is going to be more something you do on your own. You go up to like maybe an NPC or we'll do a note. I'm not sure how we're going to really finalize it right now. And then you redeem it yourself. So it'll be dependent upon what you're doing. So yeah, scaling cost. Could be. It could be. The costs were kind of balanced on those high end items though. So you know that was one of the biggest problems is a lot of people don't have, you know, 9x vuln armor that shoots fire and everything. So you know, we felt like we priced things out of people's reach because of those types of armors or, you know, weapons that are just ridiculous. So this should help people out, you know, in the 6x category that don't have to buy from Dark and Dangerous. So yeah, that's the goal anyway. I mean, you know, it might have quirks because it's gonna be new, but we've been doing a lot of automation at some of these events, like the deepening and lightning notes. Hopefully, you guys like those. It's one thing. It's not a priority, but it's something I really would like us to do is to do more automation when we can because it frees up GM time to role play with you guys, do storylines, work on projects. So I know a lot of people are saying how merchant work is not so much personalized anymore because you don't have to wait in line for lightning and deepening. I don't get that argument, but I hear it often enough where I'm like, oh, you know, we want to speed things up for you guys. So. Well, they can ask questions as long as it's not overwhelming. That's fine. All right. Well, all right. So where was I? I was waiting padding. So Ebon Gate, that's the next one. So Ebon Gate, we're moving to a new area. I don't know if anybody was paying attention at the end of Ebon Gate last year, but you guys all fed the Lich in the Necropolis, and that caused the Lich to come to life, and he kind of burned the place down. I don't know how many people were there right before it closed. So that happened. So we're going to be moving to a new area. There's going to be some story about why you're moving to a new area. I'm not going to give any of that away right now, but some feedback there. So the new area, the new area is called Caligo's Island or Caligo's Isle, and it's an island. You're gonna go by boat there, but you're gonna be able to transport there instantly when the festival's going. The big thing is we want everybody to enjoy all the GM work that goes into it, not just the ticket goers. So everybody's going to be able to go to Ebengate and walk around and enjoy it. So we're changing up how tickets work. You know, we've been moving more to our Simucoin system over the box office, but it's going to be priced in the same way for like previous tickets, but we're breaking up the costs in ways. So everybody can go, everybody can enjoy themselves. You can hang out with friends. That's the goal, because we saw a lot of people that just hang out at Dusk Ruin, and so we like to see you guys just sitting in the stands and cheering on friends, and it's all about the community. So that's one thing we want to do. So we're gonna have some new stuff at Ebengate. There's something called deep sea diving we're gonna have. It's a completely new type of game. It's not based on anything you've done already, so it's not just, you know, a reskin of something we've done. We're gonna have some digging, because everybody loves digging. But you're gonna dig on a beach instead of in a graveyard. So, and GM Holisti, she's going to talk about that a little bit more now that I've announced it. This has been her project, so she's been leading the charge on the new Ebengate. So be sure to look at the forums. I think she's going to be in the chat right now too, and she's probably going to field questions that way. And then that's pretty much really all I had to talk about as far as announcements are going. So I wanted to open up for, you know, general questions, concerns. I see a hand up already.
Do we have official finalized dates for Ebengate yet?
I wasn't joking with you when I said all of October. Ebengate is going to occupy all of October in some way. Now, the Merchant Week is... We do have dates. I don't have those right on top of my head right now. But we're going to have a Merchant Week like we always had. So it's going to be... Prime's going to be at some point, and then Platinum, I think, is first. So we're going to kind of separate things. We're going to have a storyline time. We're going to have merchants, but we're going to let games be available once you get to the island. There's going to be kind of a quest to get to the island, so it should be fun. And everybody can participate in that. That's not going to be paywall.
With the advent of more accessible weighting and padding, I'm kind of curious how that affects development on monsters. Do the critters become tougher? For both their attack strength against you versus the padding, and do weapons have more of a different type of impact, or do you scale those as well?
We are not scaling creatures for the weighting padding right now. Right now, we just want to make it a little bit more... Well, the scaling costs and stuff for like Dusk Ruin, that's one thing, but we wanted to make it more accessible to people to get these things, because a lot of people don't have everything. But, you know, when you think about items in Gemstone, you think of the really rich people who have a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of people who just would be really happy to have like a 4x, you know, at the time, lightly crit weighted weapon, and they don't get those options. So I don't think it's going to be like an influx of a lot of weighting and padding that's going to really affect game balance currently. It might be something we have to address later on, but right now, that's not part of the goal. So, it was something about...
So about Ebengate.
Yeah.
You had mentioned that you're going to go to more of a Simucoin
Yes.
approach. Can you tell us a little bit more about that pricing structure?
So right now, it's going to be free to go to. To go into a shop is going to require like a shop pass, and it's going to be we're probably going to be pricing that around $10. And then the games are going to cost a little extra, but we're balancing it around the same cost. So $50. That's about what Ebengate costs. I mean, if you want to, you know, participate more or do a lot more things, it could cost more. But that was the goal, is to kind of balance it with old Ebengate.
So I don't have to spend $5 to buy a skirt.
No. You're not gonna need to. There's gonna be things for silver. We're gonna also introduce another currency, like blood script. I know you guys love that. It's gonna be called seashells because you're on an isle, but you're gonna be able to still get things for silver. You can, there are people who just want to do a couple things at Ebongate, and they're gonna be able to do that really cheap this time. If you want to maximize your Ebongate experience, you might, spend $50-$60. Oh, we got a question up front. Oh, we got a question over there too.
You said that once we do the quests, the games will be open, so that'll be the whole month then for all the digging and all the games, or will that be just?
It'll be all the games, everything available. That's the extras like the digging, the deep sea diving. I think we have one other thing that we're doing too.
That was just like a week before, so I was just.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty much the entire month October. Sorry.
Is there going to be something that replaces the necropolis and ethers of some type during that?
Yeah,
period?
there's going to be a quest. Okay, the question was, is there going to be something kind of like the necropolis and the ether and all that? And it's going to be different, but we're adding a lot more lore. There's going to be a certain extension of lore coming from Ebongate this time around, and there's going to be a new Arcadi introduced. So it's kind of a lesser spirit, but it's going to be something you can enjoy. It's going to be something you can make a choice and pick something.
Can we vote anyone off the island?
Yes. Not me. No, sorry. I know.
As to Eben's Gate, you mentioned.
Evans.
Sure, Evan Gate. You mentioned that you would have a shop pass, a games pass. Will there still be an all-in-one pass option, so we don't have to make 3 transactions or?
The shop pass is gonna just be the only kind of pass. The game stuff is gonna be like individual things you can buy. So like you know how you can buy the pickaxes at the Duskgrown Dig?
Yes.
It's gonna be kind of similar to that.
Okay.
So there's no more unlimited.
No, not right now. Not right now. The question was, there's no longer going to be unlimited digging, and I said currently not right now.
Regarding the quest for the new Arcadia you're saying you're releasing, is there going to be a quest to be able to convert to them if you currently already converted to someone else?
For the new
released one.
Yeah, there's gonna be some interaction to do that.
So when's the Simucoin sale coming on?
We currently don't have a plan for sale, but yeah, yeah. It was everyone was here. No, we haven't had we're probably like Cyber Monday. That's something I would like to do, but don't hold me to that. So, any other questions?
You give a status on the transportation reviews.
That would be something better for the dev roundtable that's later today. Are you talking about phase 2 for? Yeah. There's just a lot of scripts to go through, a lot of spells to go through. It's a lot of work. GM Istilled, he's been heading that up. He's been pushing through a lot, and he's still getting some other stuff done too. So yeah, we really need those wizard tiers. Sorry.
Sorry, just to clarify one more time.
Sure.
You said that the digging and games will be Simucon based, not silver based anymore.
Right. Yeah, it will be with the current, the Simucoin.
Okay, because we were still doing silvers for digging, like to buy shovels and stuff.
Yeah. We're still balancing a lot of it. A lot of it's not finalized because we do have a pretty hectic event schedule. So we do 6 pay events a year. So Ebongate used to take about 9 months to do, so it's kind of been condensed. So a lot of it's still being talked about and planned, but we're trying to figure out a best way to balance it. We don't want you guys, like, we don't want it to cost a lot more. We're just trying to get away from the box office. There's a lot of problems with the box office just on its own. It's not a very good system for us to code around. So we usually run into problems all the time when we have the box office.
So with going to the Simucoin model for Ebon Gate, that's going to remove yet another silver sink. Is there any plan to replace that? We have so much silver out there, and it's just going less and less useful.
Well, no, there's going to be stuff for sale for silver at Ebon Gate. So there's going to be quite a bit of inventory that's silver based. So, you know, the auction did drain quite a bit, but with more efficient hunting and, you know, lich, and it's a battle to try to get the silver down. Like, even with giant drains, you know, you guys push even harder when, like, the auction was coming. You know, silver started getting generated about 10 times more than it usually does. So it's tough. It's a tough battle to get silver down. It's definitely something we're trying to do. Right, and Adam over here was saying, you know, when we do charge more for rarer services, people get really upset about it. Like, so it's a constant struggle, because not everybody's rich either, you know. So, but there's a lot of rich people.
So, any update on Disarm?
That would be a dev roundtable question, but you know, it's something that's got. They've got the idea down what we're gonna do. You kind of saw GM Finros on the forums. They've got a pretty good idea of what we want to do. I like the system. Like, when I was told what we're gonna be doing, I liked it, but I love tedium. I'm joking. But no, it's a good system overhaul. I think it's going in the right direction. I know nobody wants to lose anything, but there would be no permanent item loss in this system. So, but as for project status, it's a really big update, and it started gaining some ground. But you know, we did a lot of other things that kind of jumped in and took priority for a little bit. But I believe it is going to be actively worked on currently for a little while. So hopefully we can get that pushed out.
First, I'd like to predicate I'm not an economist, but why wouldn't you have a currency exchange for silver to blood script, etc.?
We've talked about doing some sort of exchanging, not for silver so much, but we've talked about, like, exchanging blood script for black script and all that. And, you know, it's something we can think about more. It's difficult because, like we said, there's a lot of wealthy people in the game, and there's a lot of people with deep pockets in the game that can buy a lot of stuff. So it changes the game a little bit if we do it. Like with blood script, I know, you know, it's adding another layer of currency, and it's probably, you know, a headache to people because, you know, it costs money. But it does help us balance some of the events a little bit better, so we know what we can do. Because, you know, we can drop, like, one of the core sign relics for, you know, 250 million, and I'm sure a ton of them could be bought up in seconds. So there's a lot of billionaires. Don't let people fool you. They have less over.
So to kind of follow up on what you're just mentioning about people with a lot of deep pockets and how it makes it difficult for people at lower levels, is there any thought to doing things like quests or other personal effort ways to gain items that are attuned to you?
I'm a big fan of earning, you know, Excalibur by doing a quest. I try to do that in Platinum a lot. It runs into the horrible favoritism claims. I did. That's the F word. But it's just really, really hard to balance an event and say, okay, this guy is going to get the cool sword, and you guys helped him. And so, you know, so everybody wants Excalibur, and that brings down that special value. So it's definitely something we've talked about and we've tried to, you know, do, but it's really hard to do.
Otherwise, the whole party would be
right.
Yeah.
But wouldn't the Necropolis and the Ethers being a good example of that system, that it worked over the years?
Well, yeah, in
legendary quality as opposed to common stuff.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, common stuff. Yeah. We could start introducing more stuff like that. Legendary. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to go down that road. For the Necropolis. Yeah. We're gonna have another quest item at Ebon Gate that you can build up over years. So, we definitely are trying to introduce more things. I definitely want to move more of the flavorful lore stuff out from behind a paywall, and pay events be about more the interactions that you do together, and buying cool stuff too. But I also want to make it so that you can get powerful items without participating at Ebon Gate or Dusk Ruin, like the auction. That was a big goal for all of us. It was what was like my dream when I wanted to be a GM. Like I was like, I'm going to bring back one of those 90s auctions. And I wanted to do it every year, and then finally 2016 I was like, all right, let's just try to do it. Let's get it done. So we want to do more things like that. We want to get you guys cool stuff. Then you're buying it with silver, in-game achievements. So it's definitely something we're trying to do.
With the new location, is there going to be a way to recharge the Gypsy Carousel?
Oh, the carousel. We're currently discussing that because we were going to discontinue it, but I know it's a big item for people, so we don't currently have the key to the Midway at the new venue, so it's something we need to talk about because I know you guys worked for it and you guys want to keep it, so we'll figure it out.
Melgoran's Reach.
So you want to go up there to go recharge it? Sure. Okay. We'll put you in the water tunnels for a little while. Oh, nice. Any other questions? Concerns? Complaints? More what invasions? Okay. Oh. What was that? More fishing. Yeah, I've heard a lot about fishing this weekend. So. Yes, yeah. Capped hunting grounds. We introduced the Sanctum Scales. Hopefully you guys like it. We do have plans for other capped hunting areas or close to capped hunting areas, so don't want to give anything like that away right now because it's a little ways away, but we have plans. There's lots of plans out there. The biggest thing is creature coding and making it interesting at cap, because we don't want you guys just steamrolling through capped areas. We want you guys to have, we want added difficulty, and we want risk versus reward and spell burst.
As a follow-up question to that, are you thinking it's going to be a year or 3 years until another capped area comes out?
I wouldn't say 3 years. No, not 3 years. I don't know how soon we can get something out, but I know we have a couple ideas floating around. So hopefully sooner than later. I don't want to give any definites because that's not something I'm doing, and I'd kind of be throwing people under the bus if I say, yeah, we're going to get that done by March. But no, it's definitely something we want to do. We have some cool ideas for, west of the Dragon Spine. So you guys got the champions. You didn't like the champions too much?
I can't actually kill them.
Oh, okay. Undead? Yeah? The capped undead? Okay.
So as far as capped areas, has any thought been given to the fact that there's no hated enemies outside war camps at camp?
Now, what did you mean by that one?
For GOS,
okay.
There's no hated enemies at cap level outside war camp. Is there any chance of an area that would feature them so that we have an option outside war camps?
Right. I don't think there's many plans currently for that, but that it's something we can talk about. I didn't actually even think about that because as a As a player, right? Yeah. As a player, I destroyed war camps. That was awesome. Right. No. Yeah. No. That's a valid concern. I'll mention that we need some sort of hated enemy of Sunfist.
The Confluence Earth Elementals are a hated enemy at Cap.
Oh, there you go. There you go. But yeah, we'll definitely talk about it.
Is there any plans to have Zealot work with Hurling?
I don't know. I don't know that right now.
Okay.
Yeah, ask your roundtables. Okay. Well, the dev roundtable. That's happened later. 5 o'clock, right? 5 o'clock?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Okie dokie. Are there any plans in the works? This is probably better for the dev table, but expansions for the clothing system, like especially layered clothing?
No, I don't think there's. I mean,
come on, fam.
There's a project that I have that's not anything I'm probably going to be working on anytime soon, but it's
not anything you're relatively proud of. No,
it's a way to kind of hide items that you don't need a concealer for.
Oh, neat.
So like to hide a crystal amulet so you're not cluttered, or hide like a ring. I don't want to reveal too much about it. It's way on a task list of mine that's kind of at the bottom, but kinda, yeah, it was what I wanted to do with the badge, and then I was like, oh, maybe we can, cover it for now, and so yeah. I know you guys don't like clutter, so we want to.
Topic of clutter. Are there any plans for better inventory management in the game?
Well, we try, like with the Chronomage capsules, that was one way to try to help. Mostly right now we have to make items that stack other items of similar quality, like the gem jars, and currently there's really no way to manage just items at a whole other than your locker space. But what kind of items are you talking about?
Yeah, alchemy is one good one,
right?
And also just like events like Dusk Ruin, tons of items,
right?
And just getting through them and understanding what you have.
I'll be honest, I never thought Dusk Ruin would be as big as it was, or any of these events. Like, I didn't think anybody would repeat an event more than 10, 15 times. So we weren't really prepared for what you guys would do with these items. Dusk Ruin generates millions of items, and it's just nuts. Yeah, we're trying. I mean, for things like Dusk Ruin, where you're making like special shields and armor and swords randomly, that's hard to stack. But there are, if you guys come up with a good idea, like, hey, the Chronomage capsule was something somebody suggested, so yes, we're gonna build boats, and we're gonna go invade DR.
So, speaking of events, what might we see?
The question was about Dropman's Challenge.
That's funny that you say that. I was just talking with the Dragon Realms product manager about resurrecting that. So we're trying to think of a way to do it. To create items for that, it's painful. He created most of the items. Well, alchemy was one GM's beast that they had to conquer, but like, to do like a big one, like the 1,000 ticket tournament that we did, we had to create 1,111 prizes, unique prizes, and then we had to create something that was worth it at the end for people to want to do it. That was brutal for us, and then we have to run each and every one of those. We have to have a GM kind of watching over it, so it's a lot of time investment to do one of those. So we're trying to think of a way to simplify it and make it more fun for blockers. Because right now we look for blockers to help us out, so we don't have to toss in creatures. So It's something we want to do. It's definitely something we want to do because I know you guys really like that one.
Development? No. I know we're moving towards account-bound suggestions so that we can have bigger, better things. Maybe. You have a quest to work towards those. Is there any chance that instead of making an account-bound item, having a character finish a quest, that it gives them a permanent, for example, 5 points of heavy crit weighting to whatever they're holding. So it's not an item. You've enhanced the character as a prize, can't transfer it, and you can continue to build your character, and it's for anything.
Well, that's a good idea. I mean, we haven't really thought of something like that. So you're thinking about like achievements that you create, in game, right? So improve your character, so up your character value on the player's corner. That's cool.
Or possibly like a unique skill or something like that.
Yeah, no, it's a really good idea though. It's a really good idea. There you go. Then you get what you wanted from yesterday. Yeah, that was a good suggestion. Anything else? Trying to follow the microphone is kind of hard sometimes. All right, if that's it, then I'm glad you guys all came out. I hope you're having a good time. And stay tuned for the dev roundtables. Sounds like there's going to be some interesting questions for that. And yeah, I'm glad you guys are all here. You guys make the game a great place. We can't have this game without you guys. So, I appreciate you guys. And thank you. Thank you for making the game great. All right.
People doing the design contest